AgostoAllElite Podcast is sponsored by Temu. Temu is an online marketplace operated by a number of countries, a Chinese-born company, the PG Holdings Inc. It will offer heavily discounted goods when mostly shipped to consumers directly from China. Also, there's a Temu app. Visit Temu to enjoy Friday deals up to 90% off from fashion to home decor, handmade crafts, beautiful cosmetics, clothing, shoes, and more. Plus, they also have a campus ambassador program that will earn you up to $1,000 or more. To join my program, all you need to do is to download the Temu app, and copy my code USC0104. That is my Temu code. Use my code, search it to download while downloading Temu, and you will get a 30% off on all deals. Basically 30% off on all deals, all products and stuff. So get on Temu, download Temu, use my code, and get what you need for Father's Day. Hey, this is AgostoAllElite Podcast on this week's Saturday. Oh, we'll see. Next Saturday, next Sunday. Alright. This is the last week that podcasts were on every Saturday, because going forward, starting next week on Sunday, the podcast will air on Sundays because of collision. So bear with me on this. It's a little change. You already know by now. So, alright, let's start with Dynamite. Let's go to the Dynamite. Alright. That's okay. Let's talk about Dynamite. Orange Cassidy has fought through grueling injuries to opposition, retained the AEW National Championship, ran through his first opponent, date billed Wednesday Dynamite. This week, did Square do other challenge had to knock out the Cassidy, lead the title, or the Brazilian champ find a way to take out another victory against the Mobile Gold Embassy leader? So find out now on our little Dynamite recap of this week. Let's talk about the match cards. You ready? The International Champ, you already know. Cassidy versus Strickland. TBS Championship, Stanley versus Anna Jay. Absolute Stars versus Switchblade Jay White. Juice Robinson and Tiara back for ringside, the main event. We have Chaos versus Blackpool Combat Club. Moxley, Casanoli, and Yuta. The Texas Tornado Tag Team match. Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, Hook versus Preston Vance and Lestico. NJ promo, AEW Collision main event announcement. So, let's start with the International Championship. Cassidy's body continues to absorb punishment in the hands of his opponents. Cassidy finds a way to retain his title. This Wednesday, holding the titles of Strickland to secure the victory in a high-quality, high-energy match. To start the show, the title holder overcame a game. Strickland and again proved his toughness, fighting through a late match. He attacked the C's in the opening and used the tights the same way the challenger has a moment earlier. Post-match beatdown brought out Sting, Darby Allin, who set to rekindle the rivalry with leader of the Mogul Embassy. This was a good contest between two guys with momentum on their side. The finish that protected Strickland to advance their story. That Cassidy's feeling mounting pressure and desperation every passing title defense. The last 2 months that proved that starting to show with Cassidy is hardly a bad idea. So, Cassidy retained his title. There's some things. Cassidy sported additional K-tape, really solid effective grueling title defenses for some months. Cassidy delivered a running DDT from the ring apron to the floor, diving DDT back in the ring, but Strickland kicked out. Strickland court the house call and double stop, then hooked jeans, but still could not keep Cassidy down for a dare. Cassidy proved Turnbull his fair play by hooking his rival tights to retain the title as commentary Excalibur mounting desperation the champion. Trios match, Chaos Black versus Blackpool Combat Club. Blackpool Combat Club, John Waxley, Wheeler Yuta, He also noted ways his son of New Japan Pro Scales. Catching up Romero, Trent Barrett, Taylor. Same thing. Hales look like so bad. Putting on this in this like the post match. Hey man. Nick Johnson to tag match. Main event contains a Warper team. Right now, there's a night to introduce the fans to the upcoming program between now on commentary. Japan's got a dream match. These are a few. We said for more. 25th, June 25th, Bittendorf. Result: that Comic Club defeated Chaos. Video package for Kevin says challenge Okada from Bittendorf aired. Scholar followed by explaining who Chaos were. Fans unfamiliar with Okada as New Japan faction. Seeing the New Japan faction, Scale revealed costume Moxley just returned from Japan when they appeared on Shin's Dominion card. Best friend scored a close 2 count on Moxley off of Song 0. Moxley tapped Rumor out with the Bulldog Chuck while Yuta pummeled Taylor with the elbow strikes for the win. After the match, Page and Box screen challenged Moxley. Yuta has known the trios match next week's show and to see and a promo. If you thought Adam Cole versus MJF for the AEW World Championship, wretched things were head in a wake of double nothing, you were right. Cole interrupted the title holder promo Wednesday night and aged him in the war of words, clean match on Vince McMahon, Britt Baker, the Zeke. Fans who like the inside digs, this probably hit harder than those more like traditional promos that didn't let establish any real issue between two sides or their own dislike. And she had spiced up his admission it was a Cole fan, but there was needing to be more meat to the rivalry we saw here. Still, it's all segment. My most champion promos for the last 4 months. It's way on longer than need to wrap things up. I'm like a Sandra riding, trying to get 10-15 minute hour promo segment should be a real goal. So here's some quotes from GF. He became the greatest world champion in history of the organization, and that is undisputed. That was a little poor pay for ya. And GF recalled Cole's non-TS WWE NXT run as leader of the era. Did he used to have a buy-in for Sequel World Champion? Jeff asked for a delivered follow-up line can be best described as being in bad taste. You know what they do? Yeah, cool. They ring the freaking bell. Double said nice call out to Cole's scathing promo on Karen Cross. Cole the insults about the buy by suggesting he Jeff had backstage take a drug test, determine who's natural, who's not. And also no respect to Cole told the champ. Next, we go to Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, Hulk versus Preston Vance and Restico. The short-lived rivalry featured a team of Jack Perry and Hulk against Preston Vance and Restico had to win in a Texas Tornado tag team match. The contest saw babyfaces fight Fury with Fury, Bloody Vance before Jungle Boy tapped out the snare trap. It was a nice callback to Perry and Hook's previous short-term partnership, but been consistently used, and it's possible that I think would have been meant by fans to care about Vance or Rustico. And instead, it came out big bad to the week. Said introduced to prepare for being beaten bad to see. That doesn't help anyone involved, no matter how much some will claim it was a strong victory for the babyfaces. Perry and Hook defeated Rustico and Vance. Just moments. Perry Perry attacked Classical, clawing at his mask and move attrition the heels will do. Hook jumped on the rail. Rock Band chilling fist, busting him open. The Bayface team Vance on climbing chair shot with Perry and Timo suplex from Hook to a table. Hook trap injured Jose and run drum. Perry applies snare trap. Just go for submission win. Promise. Skate rushes the competition. Sanders and Jay. No, this kid down pummel this competitor Demon Ace in a tested match. Let's save him. The hell called. Guys, years of Cesses. Imagine she in the time. A few minutes of voter showcase top tier. Post double and nothing. Keep. And Sandra defender. And then bad, so I put her away for exploitation. I'll go back a while. You're well for wrestling. You do something. What? I need you. So you don't want to work. Go back a while. What? Hit her. You know what? You're stupid. And you don't need the problem. Oh, this is an anger problem. It's a Velcro has been a better healing way, so put her in a spot. Babyface or Sheriff. This is for Impact Wrestling. I got a little better suits her. Okay. Stock Street defeated Ace. Sandler defeated Jay to retain. Yeah. Backstage, King revenges lost to Wardlow down Night destroying Brock Anderson, Sandra Anderson, on behalf of Wardlow and TNT Championship ladder match. The production team rolled the footage of betraying Omega and shocking turn shock to Kashi, who later picked up the victory in short order. Valkyrie was so frustrated with double nothing win backstage and later retained by Tombstone. Ricky Starks versus Jay White. Jay White did not need interference from Bullet Club Goldman. Jules Robinson sure veteran. And then thanks from Austin Gunn. Hands and commentary befuddled. A free ball turned down. Chance slid to so Alonso recover and delivers finisher for Hot fought though TJ win. Constantly Chris stars out about the guns breaks off the combat FTR. Sorry Robinson. What universe will be best to utilize feud with the second generation heels and one guest though. That means time before he waited up for a run at 10 titles for CM Punk. As it stands, Switch picked up the big win now since it's an historic collision main event where he shared the ring with Punk. Woman that buys well for him and he continues finding his footing in AEW. There are moments early the show. Current Khan announced that White will be teamed with Robinson and Ring of Honor champion Samoa Joe against the world champions here at CM Punk in the main event collision. June 17th. Aired a match. Starks obliterated Switchblade Spear and to Rochambeau, but later bump the gun slid to the ring, delivered to Yuma instead of the White's the victory by a Blade Runner. So yeah, here's my overall thing. It's a lot happening in AEW right now. They need too much, but Tony Khan's done a solid job for the frame when he's playing for a collision versus what he's bored. Forbidden Door show proves it. The main event was centered around promoting collision. Dancing Kazuka Baka, the biggest counter for Enduro was previously in times Apple Comic Club Elite advanced the way of a challenge for next week. It was solid promo feud between JF and Cole. He's headed back from Enduro on June 25th, all in August 27th in London. There's certain plans in place. Direction certain job obvious. The question has always been the case with Khan and Cole, where things stay on track long enough to get in the way that key fans invested could double nothing, dismayed, frustrated, rush cards. This week's show it's all thumbs up, gave some fans something to sign in the future, and highlight players who will carry AEW through the summer. Yeah, that's what I think about AEW Dynamite. So yeah, let's go straight to Rampage, then ROH. All right, and after that we'll do wrestling news. Hey, now we're gonna review ROH. So week 15 to ROH TV, we got a continuous opera between Dark Order and Dark Stu Grayson. Dina's attack on Kira Hogan backfiring. Real Nightingale defending New Jersey Strong Championship. A huge announcement, Tony Khan. So yeah, more to this. ROH doesn't play a lot of storylines, but one important tale is Stu Grayson frustrated what Gordon has become. Just him calling. Stu gave them a shot to impress him. Being the Dark Order last week. Randall Johnson wrestling agrees to intensity. I am calling it and taking out Taylor and Anthony Henry. They left Davey Drake alone for a suplex train. The Dark Order failed when playing a giant silver German suplex. And they rest. Reynolds willing to kick down the door. The Dino Smart Kira Hogan retained the ROH Women's World Championship all last week, but Tally Rose match attack. We played Violence this week. Reagan Owen, Robin Reagan, the host Flame Sniper, twin match. Renegade went Smash School. What the heck? What's it? Hogan went against this thing. Plan back. Hogan snatch. Pinata. So Hogan had a tough task against Rhea Erling. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Athena and Hogan's going to continue, pretty much. Real Nightingale had a tough task against Rhea Erling, defending the New Japan Strong Women's Champion. Strength with all the patch Will's power. The challengers opposed her well at times. Whittle has a huge, explosive, and crushed pounce. Whittle followed with a cannonball in the corner. Champ went for a lazy cover, paid the price. Ellering counter for a pin. Whittle kicked down. She regained control of Spinebuster. Whittle stopped on a camel clutch with a submission victory. So the biggest news absolutely came from this person personally. He put on care board of directors for ROH, introduced Halfway and Jerry Lynn as decision makers. So basically, Halfway has suggestions, some Khan voted into passable ideas. TK's declined to eliminate Lucha Rivera from ROH, but buying a 6-man title match instead of versus Embassy. Khan added Darren Martin, Ariel Fox, and Android's Partners Championship contest next week. So yeah, it's pretty much good ones. All right, here's the rest. Fletcher defeated Daniels. CD controlled the pace for the match. Ty turned out to Suplex Showdown. Counter Angel Wings in the backdrop. Aussie ducked the clothesline to drop Daniels free arm for a hammerlock pile driver. Sick finish. Seidel defeated Clayton. Cold card ringside for his Jersey boy. Seidel too quick with Clayton. Finished with a Miura after the win. Seidel grabbed the mic, put some mojo on notice. Proved a point, being a point twice as high. He won a shot at the ROH World Television Champion. Later, Khan granted Seidel wish for a TV title shot next week. Alright, Justice defeated Woody Mack. Joe's assist interference on occasion. In the end, he tried reference so Justice kicked Mack in the groin. Lucha finished Mack with a knee straight to the head. The Embassy defeated Cheeseburger, Elliot Islam, and Mackers Cross. The Proving Ground match. The 6-man chance mauled their opponents and went on powerbomb. Brian came to our Leon host Cross and air for Bishop Khan with Payne. Martinez defeated Vert Vixen, the former women's champ, railed with a hanging net breaker out in the corner. Vixen kick out on the cover. Martinez snatched a running forward to the back of the head. Submit to surfboard sleeper. Lee Murray defeated Rev Grayson. This is Garrison's first match by injury. Murray, he catch Fish's attack on the shoulders. Garrison found his groove for the offense. Query lift. As Garrison collapse. So stacked on the top of the grab. Tights with a winning pin. Friday, fought to be Caitlin J. Getting a chance. Side the back row. Moves all around. Martin ready to get a pin. K for 3. Alright. This ain't the real. Andrea had chance to win. His team kicked out. King of the Rail to the host with a program pack finisher. For the main event, the King exited waters on several occasions. Fired up rolling header and earned the victory on the fire drive. This red point shake. Oh, jeez. As the birth of the timekeeper felt like he's having a reason, part of Phoenix having a personal desire for future singles match. So, the matches are up. You already got a review on ROH. So, my top watchers was Phoenix versus Gravity, Will and Geiger versus El Rey. Luchas put on show athleticism to rock the crowd. The women's bout had added value with the championship stakes. The ROH board director's interesting twist. It's a common relief so far. We'll see how it evolves over time. It does give ROH context for setting up pay-per-view matches, since the show doesn't spend time on storylines and make it easier to shuffle AEW wrestlers to jump the line. Gravity was a standout, fresh faces, power of right offense, make a name for itself, a big opportunity. Commentary suggests brothers versus brothers. I agree. Paging so halfway peace signed Lucha Bros to wrestle Bandito and Gravity. Grave Garrison looked good his injured return. He moved fluid, didn't see any rust. Because always staying out. Commentary celebrates. Entrance song. Chris Coleman from the tune with Mail It this week. So this was a good ROH this week. Good ROH. And it was. So, yeah. Pretty much a great ROH. Alright. Let's get to AEW Rampage now. So, yeah, it's Rampage. We did ROH, now we go to Rampage. So, welcome to our the edition of recap of AEW Rampage this week. So, trios actually dominated this week's show. 2 big matches. First, the Acclaimed Daddy Ass took on Bass and Nas Project, which includes Pentago, Luther, and Angelico. The second trio's bout saw Lucha Bros and Daniel take on Japan, Big Bill, and Lee Moriarty. We saw Fredo Royman, Vaughn Britt Baker, Sky Blue, Mercedes Martinez, Nina Rose, Tosh on the line. Let's look what went down on Friday's episode of Rampage. Lucha Bros, Bandito versus Payne, Mariah, Big Bill. The ongoing matches of the show featured the big team with former firm buddies and Mariah. They took on the trio of Phoenix, Pierre Fizzero, Mito, and Bandito. AEW Trio's bouts are reaching fast pace, and this was no exception. Mariah Bandito has fast tech exchange to get crowd hype. Once Big Bill tagged in, he turned the Tiny's team favor by dominating Penta. Attempts from Phoenix and Bandito to save him. It's very much was entertaining, but it was ultimately filler, which is always a bad thing. We don't need the larger storyline. Something's fun to stick a bunch of guys in the ring and see what happens. This was also a showcase of 6 guys who brought something different to the table. Man Jack came out and said Cassie messed with bench until Bandito was able to hit the 121 plus for the win. The analysis match that was booked from a match to control page content explaining the discrepancy. Big Bill so tell that Beings and Beings super kicks always hit him on the shoulder. Penta's one of the most first cool best in AEW. Every from his gear, this whole eye makes him stand out so much. Paige can be seen having a funny argument with a fan in the front row for the commercial break. Bandito's huge and instant dive over the top rope was incredible. Next one, Powerhouse House with Jobber, number something. The Acclaimed Daddy Ass versus SMP. Powerhouse House was an action and a quick QT segment against the local talent named Cable Crush. His name was somewhat appropriate because Crush helps it to him. So another long Rampage squash match, 2 quick and memorable. House wins. The third match of the night, we had Luther, Spectre, and Jericho take on Caster, Bones and Gunn, and Trails bout. Bones and Jericho started for teams as a crowd chant for Acclaim. Bones out for Scissor and Jericho, but left them hanging. The bout had a much slower pace than Trish match during the first half. This is more about taunting each other, comedy songs than anything else. Cross season into it, but it works well for a live crowd. Lost the Trails fell to TV. Just a pretty hard fun. It was a pretty mediocre match. They started picking up the pace. Yeah, and other fill sequence that made both teams look good. Caster scored the win with a mic drop. So the Acclaimed Daddy Ass won. Okay, some bizarre moments. The QT segments are actually kind of funny. I was pleasantly surprised that they started pretty rough. Yes, the interest music isn't bad, but it sounded like it was being played slightly just too low. gun, decking spectacle, so much fun it had to be right. The main event for the women's. Bit bigger for Sky Blue versus Martinez versus Nia Rose. Okay, the main event this week, Rampage, was a fair 4 match for a shot at women's title with Breaker, Blue, Rose. All 4 promos, part of video pattern for the bout take place. Sheffer Tech Company Rose while Hikaru Shida was in the DMD's corner. When the bell rang, Martinez ran out the banker. Rose focused on Blue. Rose and Martinez for intense alliance, but that broke down as soon as they were low in the ring together. No DQ. Sheffer got involved. Shida chased off with her kendo stick. How they about the match felt a little off. There were some moments where I just felt like 4 women stuck in skin gear the whole time. It was heavily choreographed for a head. May explain it. In a shocking outcome, Blue would gain the win with a cold red on the knee of Beast. She doesn't go to Beast Storm for the belt, but it's still awesome. It is a real push to working hard for a couple of years. Sky Blue won. We got a short segment with Aubrey Edwards, Karen Jarrett say some words. Mark Henry's the smartest man in pro wrestling. He basically gets paid to say one line every week. Good thing rankings aren't used anymore because some of the women don't have very good win-loss records in 2023. The way Rose headlined on the apron at the Breaker pushed her off top rope looked nasty in my book. But it's what it is, so yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much what it is. So yeah. So yeah. That was my Rampage recap. Let's go to the wrestling news now. Alright, let's get to the wrestling news now since we got all the recaps. Alright. WWE announced multi-year partnership with Twitch. WWE has a new multi-year deal with Twitch on Monday. WWE announced multi-year Twitch agreement not only sees the return of the WWE channel, but WWE was to be a companion sidecast on Monday at Raw. Additionally, the WWE channel will be home to the live productions, alternative stream feed for WWE Premier Live Event Press Conference. WWE issued an edict in 2020 and foreign talent will only be able to use their social platforms. In 2022, promotion told down they would increase their use of some of their platforms but not reach a deal with Twitch at the time. More recently, Sandra ordered WWE Inc. to deal with Twitch stipulations. According to the report, video will be split in 3 ways: talent, WWE, Twitch. In addition, talent cannot stream with WWE outside WWE without claiming prior clearance. So yeah. So that WWE got the Twitch back, but without clearance, you know. Yeah. This is on the channel. Yada yada yada. Then you go to the companion attack at Monday Raw, bring the universe behind the scenes closer to in-ring action. The weekly Dispatch was led by new cast of hosts who regularly feature appearances by WWE superstars. You can content back interview or viewers can stream Highcast live every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Additionally, the official WWE channel will be home at our live production service alternative feed for all WWE Premier Live Event Press Conferences. Recently, WWE reached a deal with Twitch. There's additional news. Chris Hero is now retired for wrestling. He says currently inactive. Hero expects more from Fairfair and when retires from any competition. Hero recently appeared on Rightful Aggressive Podcast. Spoke about status in wrestling. Hero not competed since 2020, but maintains that he's not retired by any means. Without retire, been a kind of long celebration summer festival. Equal month-long day. No, I'm not retired. I'm currently inactive. I can't just stay away from wrestling in any way. Who else? I've been my time. Come back. Have it ring up matches. Be active. I've done a couple of bad Sandra. Inducing, kind of directing, probably a better term. I start calling. He said, ready for the right vehicle to make his in-ring return. He's happy with it and done his things on career, change things when he can. Hero recently announced what's called Pro Wrestling New Matchmaker. So yeah, Chris Hero is somewhat back, so it's back. Okay. Here's more news. 2 major matches officially confirmed for New Japan AEW's Forbidden Door. New Japan held a press conference. Japan is more his official shooting down for Forbidden Door official. 9 a.m. Eastern. A wrestling hosted a press conference. Real two huge matches from Door. June 1st. And Rego's defending the AWGP United Champion against Will Spray. And a rematch from a security receiver was a long way room in Brian Hansen and Michelle Carl. When it comes to the IWGP Champion, all her has all has to be recorded, especially regarding match from KML. People need to understand that a match what that means to me that at Tokyo Dome I got embarrassed, humiliated. It's pretty sad. Yeah, no idea what to me. My fans don't want to be in a script to you. This is a redemption. This is about revenge. Country, your own soil. It to me. Hey, I caught up here to like take questions. Danielson. Here go, but Bryce says statement wrestler. Man, the rest last year he so then he was sketchy white and go ahead and page wrestle. And then he didn't start looking forward, but it's about New Japan AEW playing. I literally. Consider that Gucci got Okada. Alright, ready to surpass 2 million viewers. Dream match on Okada. So have attention to the whole world. There's been a lot of dream match over every years, but not really yet. Alright, I'm happy to have that. As I said, we watched him. I know but like the country, but never Japanese wrestling. How can be. Where I respect most about dancing because it means that he has not seen a lot of doing work, ragged work, and all elite wrestling today. To be honest, I ain't taking in Brian's work. AEW, or sure I say currently, but the kind of wrestling he is, because you're kind of admit it. That's why I'm looking forward to it. I know he's the tallest guy, he's the biggest eater, but he's the big star in the company, so right on the top champion. So showing good, how good he's in the ring. He has the boot, and Joe Hall, there was no yes chance. Showed name has traveled. Fans who don't watch American wrestling still don't know what he is, and that's a lot. I'm looking forward to facing him and looking forward to getting the win. Okada closed the press conference in English, told Dancing will find out who's truly best in the world at Forbidden Door. So yeah, we're gonna get Danielson and Okada Forbidden Door and Omega and Ospreay Forbidden Door. That's what I get out of this. So yeah, AEW's former Seamstress wrestling Seamstress will retire. A nowhere backstage, such a great AEW wrestling is retiring. from Sandra Swap reports that Sandra Gray has been with the company since the beginning, finishing up. Gray is well liked by the roster. She has been in the business since the 1990s. Over the years, she has been working for WCW, WWE, where she led WWE in 2015. Sapp confirmed that Rhodes played a big part in bringing Gray into W. Report noted that even after she retired, Gray will keep making Cody Rhodes gear, been doing for years. In addition to technical wrestling gear, Gray has helped make wrestling dresses for on-screen weddings and wrestling. Worked on uniforms with Houston Texan cheerleaders. Basically, Sandra Gray in the 90s retired, so good for her. So what will happen to AEW? Will they get a new seamstress? Be more like that, but let them have their dress. Stress. Boo, yeah. Okay. Alright, there's an update to this. Apparently, Dustin tweeted that Dustin led a celebration of Gray before June 7th episode Dynamite. Tony Khan and so the staff gave Gray flowers. CM Punk, and now here goes the other news now. Basically, Sandra Gray is retired, so we move on. CM Punk initially retired for opponent for KENTA from Forbidden Door. So the match between Punk and KENTA is mentioned in the cards for Forbidden Door later this month. Last year, I had for the first Forbidden Door pay-per-view. CM Punk showed interest in working about KENTA at the event in Chicago, but 1 year later, might have a change. According to Sandra Sapp, current working plan for Sandra song, worked Forbidden Door on KENTA as for his opponent. CM Punk is being discussed as opponent, but confirmed to take place. The match ends up taking place yet another blockbuster from Doors here. So yeah, it could be Punk versus KENTA Forbidden Door. So yeah, more of what's gonna happen. Yeah, it's most likely gonna happen. Bryan Danielson reportedly becoming increasingly important in AEW creative. So the Blackpool Combat Club members have impact on AEW creative recent weeks. On May 19th, Fight Select reported that Danielson will be seeing responsibilities behind the scenes as Elite Wrestling increase. BCC members set to be involved in the upcoming AEW Collision show. Ahead of his show debut on June 17th, Jake Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Newsletter has shared insight on involvement in the company's creative process thus far, revealing that he's been leading to impact on Tony Khan, which is June 2nd. So on Rampage, a large percentage received show, but was cited as the same Daniel's influence in effect. So Danielson has become more importantly creative. Danielson last week, him and Tony Khan thinking so much alike on pro wrestling. Danielson described some impending book. Who said that Khan, my idea that he can Khan the thing, improves his thinking, adds more enthusiasm to Khan to Rampage show, which effective one of those best shows done. Sample dancing, adding to Khan's outline idea of Championship Friday show. So yeah. Yeah, Danielson along his Blackpool Combat stalemates to find some odds. Lee, although they'll have their hands full soon. They'll have their hands full soon. So basically, yeah, the Combat Blood is gonna have their hands full soon. Yeah, basically they'll have their hands full soon. Also, So the Forbidden Door on 2025. Like he'll be dancing, take on Okada. And mentioned Danielson said to be involved in heavy correct direction of AEW Collision. This past episode of Dynamite saw Tony Khan's the main event. So see a turn Punk at TR will take on Samoa on Bullet Club Gold. As always, I provide updates on Bryan Danielson's involvement behind the scenes at AEW as soon as we hear more. Yeah. And good for him. Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes reportedly said SummerSlam blow-up situation being discussed. It's appeared that Detroit, Michigan, we decided the Dirt element of Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes trilogy. Since Raw, WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, Chance Rhodes, went through the Royal Rumble, scoring the first win. Made a backlash in Puerto Rico before submitting Lesnar in a rematch. Now your champions of Saudi Arabia. The score tied 1-1. The third count between the pairs likely being Meltzer. The wrestling observer Ruth later saying that Bout is going to be one of the SummerSlam's main events. During the stipulation, it potentially added Lesnar versus Rhodes 3-way Slam main event. And I'll talk about that stipulation. One of the ideas is a bull rope match. It's not official. There are multiple ideas. Table, no final decision has been made. So for those unfamiliar, the bull rope match typically features rope up, connect both wrestler, cowboy center, winning both competitor, and hit the four corners of the ring. Session wins by pinfall, followed ballot cases. As always, I am providing updates on potential submission added to Lesnar and Cody Rhodes as soon as we hear more. So yeah.